Since the process of creating the modern Uganda state in the late 1880s by the British forces, the top Catholic clergyman in the country has always had major showdown with the state. As Ugandans pray that Archbishop Cyprian Kizito Lwanga's Easter-time outburst does not indicate a big conflict with the state, New Vision TV revisits some of the older church-state crises that never ended well. When the 26-year-old Father Simon Lwanga landed at Entebbe February 1879 to establish the Catholic Church in Uganda, things looked good for a while. But after a few years, he was set on a collision course with his age-mate, the powerful Lwanga II, Kabaka of Buganda. His top converts were condemned and cruelly executed by burning at Namugongo, and Father Lwanga, who had come to be called Mapera by the locals, fled the country for a while. Mapera later died of malaria, while Kabaka Lwanga was deposed and exiled, becoming the last independent monarch in Uganda. 76 years after the burning of Mapera's Catholic converts, Uganda became independent. Somehow, Lwanga's immediate grandson, Kabaka Edward Mutesa II, allowed a political party to be formed in his name and then entered a deal with the UPC party to make him the first president of Uganda. This was strange because not all his Baganda subjects would subscribe to the party and so became politically opposed to him. The first African Catholic Archbishop, His Grace Joseph Chiwanuka, was alarmed and wrote an episcopal letter warning Mutesa against the folly of entering politics as a monarch. Mutesa was not amused. The Catholic Vicar General of Lwanga, Monsignor Joseph Sebaiga, was arrested briefly. Archbishop Chiwanuka reportedly cursed the kingdom. Legend has it that walking on foot from Mengo to Lwanga, the Archbishop said that for each step he took would represent a year Buganda would suffer under domination. The kingdom was forcefully abolished a few years later, and it took 26 years before President Yoweri Museveni's NRM government restored it. Joseph Chiwanuka was succeeded by Emmanuel Cardinal Nsubuga, who found himself in conflict with military ruler Idi Amin. His priests were killed, most notably Father Clement Chigundu, who was editor of Muno newspaper. The military government continued terrorizing Nsubuga until it collapsed. Cardinal Nsubuga was still Archbishop of Kampala when Obote II emerged. The state harassed his church so much, and he threw his weight fully behind Yoweri Museveni's rebel National Resistance Army that was fighting in the Luwero Triangle. The Obote government crumbled through the short-lived Okello junta, and Museveni's NRM took power in January 1986. The Catholic Church enjoyed cozy relations with the NRM government. In fact, when the original 4 years the NRM had committed to stay in power came to an end and some people started demanding election, the final voice that silenced agitators was Cardinal Nsubuga's, saying Museveni and the NRM should be allowed more time to consolidate the gains of the liberation. The extension saw Kampala Central legislator Joseph Waswa resigning from parliament in protest against the extension of NRM rule. When Nsubuga passed on in the early 90s, he was succeeded by Emmanuel Cardinal Wamala, who maintained the cozy relationship with the government. Until 2005, when the constitution amendment to lift the presidential term limits came, and Wamala expressed his disapproval. However, Wamala faded away quietly and was succeeded by Archbishop Cyprian Kizito Lwanga. Archbishop Lwanga has maintained cordial relations with the state until the Easter weekend, when he bitterly hit at the government for spying on him, recruiting religious personnel in their espionage ranks, and plotting to frame him as a coup plotter intent on overthrowing the president. Challenged to substantiate Dr. Lwanga on Easter Sunday, told a scary story of a priest who died recently, and security operatives turned up requiring to access his room, from which they recovered a government service pistol. Fortunately, State House announced soon after that a meeting was to be held between the president and the Archbishop. Can we hope that nothing worse is about to happen between the two institutions?